We're going to go ahead and get started. Again, thank you all so much for being here. I'm Guida Brown. I'm the president of the Kenosha Women's Network. And our mission is to promote and encourage the professional and personal growth of our members in a supportive environment where women's efforts are recognized and encouraged. I hope you've enjoyed your time here thus far. One of our big efforts is to give back to our community and philanthropic efforts. And so, Tamara's laughing at me. Philanthropic efforts. I was going one of the tenets is philanthropy. That's why I was choosing that one. So, all right. So, we're so excited. We're giving out over $12,000 today. Organization. We would love to see all of you join us, but we're a little tiny organization. We've been around for about 50 years, and we meet and have lunch, and then we raise money so that we can give it back. Basically, that's it. And so, yay for all of you for being here. Yay for all of you for doing the great works that you're doing in our community. Again, we could use your support and your help, and it's just a lot of fun. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. Darcy is going to come up and hand out the checks. You are going to have 30 seconds. 30 seconds, or Kimberly Kane is getting the hook, and she's dragging you out of here. You don't even get to stop at your table again. So we're going to do this. I believe I just have an alphabetical list of agencies. No, I don't. I have no idea.
I have an alphabetical list. That's why you gave it to me.
Okay. Huh, okay. Let me look at those and then, okay, so first up is the Boys and Girls Club, Tara Panasevich. Did I say it right, Tara? All right.
You feel like I'm at the Grammys coming
right.
Here you are. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Kenosha Women's Network. Wow, $12,000. Thank you so much for what you do and for giving back to the community. This means a lot to our members. We received a grant this year specifically for women's hygiene products. When our members' numbers are on the rise in the youth center and in the teen center, so we're serving more youth now more than ever, and their basic needs are not being met, and especially in the areas of feminine hygiene. The girls, they don't have enough money to even go out and buy feminine hygiene products, so they'll miss school. Self-esteem comes into play. So this is really going to go a long way for us to be able to supply our members with those much needed basic needs to get them on the path to success. So thank you so much from the bottom of our hearts.
I'm going to ask that all the grant winners stay after so we can get a big picture with you. Next up is the ELCA Outreach Center, Mary Zorn.
Thank you very much. Latasha McClendon, she runs our clothing closet. If any of you donated, you've probably seen Latasha. She's probably not hauling stuff out. So the money that we have this year, we really appreciate it. I asked women that are currently homeless what they most needed. And the things that they said, they need deodorant, they needed lip balm, and body wipes. And those were the three items that they really identified that they would really like to be able to have access to. Lip balm and body wipes are not something we traditionally supply, so it's really nice that we have those to give it. And thanks to you, we can. Thank you very much.
I feel like we have a theme going here. Next up is the Grace Welcome Center, Denise Schmidt.
It's okay.
Good to see you too. Thank you so much. This is going to go towards bras, underwear, and feminine products, wipes. But these are items that women need, especially those that are struggling. And we feel good with our underwear, right, women? So when they don't have what we have, it's nice to be able to give it to them so they can at least feel fully clothed. So, thank you.
Habitat for Humanity, Angela Elliott.
Yes. Thank you guys so much for supporting Habitat for Humanity. For those who don't know, we build affordable housing here in Kenosha. One of the things that we're actually starting to do is add in handicap accessibility items. So if you go into our current home builds, we're starting to add things like toggle light switches that are easier for individuals as they age in place. So with these funds, we can continue to do that on our current home builds and future home builds. And I did bring a special guest with me today. This is Janessa. She's a current homeowner. So she's
I was blessed almost 3 years ago now with a handicap accessible home. It was, I believe, one of the first ones, which actually was amazing because I have rheumatoid arthritis. So as I age, it will be a little harder to go up and down stairs. So I'm able to do my laundry on the first floor. I'm able to have accessibility. So it's been amazing, and I thank you guys for this lesson.
That's what it's about. How awesome. Thank you so much. Next up is the Hope Council on Alcohol and Other Drug Abuse, Kimberly Kane. I'm going to need somebody else to volunteer if Kimberly goes too long.
You know what? I have a little snippet right here. I'll make it. I'll make it snack. There you go.
Oh my gosh, you had time.
She does. All right, so I just want to say thank you to the KWN for awarding us this generous grant. With the funding, we plan to enhance the cessation portion of our program for middle and high school students by creating and distributing cessation kits for those seeking help to quit vaping.
Next up is the Kenosha Area Family and Aging Services Incorporated. And I have a cute little story about this. So for 100 years, I have spelled Carmen's name wrong. And so every time I look at it, it's Cameron. And then she introduces herself as Carmen, and I'm thinking, well, I don't have any idea who this woman is. And I asked Dawn who she is, thinking it's her because I'm an idiot. And so it's Carmen, get it right. Carmen, is it Huff, of course, yeah. Carmen Huff from Kafasi.
Thank you so much. And thank you, Kenosha Women's Network. And don't feel bad because the judges, every time they put it on record, they say Carmen Ho. So. But we are so grateful to have this. I think one of the main things, and everyone in here probably knows, is transportation for clients to get back and forth to job interviews, to get to work, to get to the hospital or to the grocery stores. And we're going to use this toward transportation for those women.
Absolutely necessary.
Next up, the name I don't know, KCH, nope, KCHCE. I know, it's Jaron Moore, sorry. It was so long that I put the alphabet on here instead, so Jaron
We can't thank you enough. This is Kenosha County Association for Home and Community Education. It's a jumble. We used to be Extension Homemakers with the UW Extension. We were founded in 1951, and people don't know who we are, just like I never knew about Kenosha Women's Network, and I'm so joyful to be a part of this organization. The money we received is going to go towards literacy. We read each year to 4 Head Start schools in both the city and the county, and we give every book we read, it's It's chosen by the State Board of Home and Community Education. So all the counties in the state who are in the Wisconsin Bookworms program reads to Head Start schools, and each child receives a copy of the book that we read. So a lot of people have said it's their first book they've ever had in their library, and some are in Spanish as well as in English. And one of the gifts I brought today is a copy of the books that we read this year. So we thank you for that. And then we also were graciously awarded, we started 4 years ago, the Families Branching Out event, which is at the Kenosha County Center. And Donna, who couldn't be here today because she came down with COVID, so she's president, I'm vice president, and we tried to rack our brains to see how we could better bring city and county together, to bridge that east and west of the interstate divide. And so we developed Families Branching Out with the help of Mary Metton Behavioral Health at the county. And we have an expo where it's hands-on. So every booth, the kids do something, or the parents learn something about resources so that we can share. So this will go towards for craft supplies, and we also believe it's important to recognize and thank all the people that are part of it, because they're all volunteers, so we feed them a lunch. So this will also go towards the food. So we thank you all very much.
She got 60 seconds, and Kimberly fell down on the job, so I'm gonna next up is Safe Families for Wisconsin. I think I might have made that up. She'll tell you who it is. And it's Heather Gaither. Can you get back here?
There you go. I'm Heather Gaither. I'm from Safe Families for Children, Racine in Kenosha. This is Michaela. She's our Carthage intern this year. We just want to thank you so much for your support. We are all about relationships at Safe Families. We build circles of support around families who are struggling with isolation. And this year we're over 400% more families than we did last year, which is super exciting. So your funds in particular, we're going to be dedicating for events and meals to bring our families together with the referrals and the volunteers, because the more things you do together, the stronger those bonds are. So we're really excited about this. So not only will it come to us, it will go to Racine Zoo, it will go to other nonprofits in the area, they will be going to, small businesses, so double the impact. So thank you so much, I appreciate it.
Next up is the Shalom Center and Tamara Coleman.
Tammy, get on up here. Here you go. We had the conversation. So I have a speech, not just joking.
Second.
Thank you, I know. I was thinking about what I wanted to say, and I thought about like all the hygiene things that we could write for. And so now, Shalom Center, we can now send our homeless people over to Grace Welcome Center to get their hygiene. We can send their kids over to Boys and Girls Club. And if they're part of Kafasi, they can go over there and get transportation. But no, these funds are amazing for us. We're going to be using them for the women in shelter, for transportation and gift cards and gas cards for them to get to their jobs. I was thinking, for all of us, transportation is the lifeline to all the things that we have to do in our life. Work, school, grandkids, kids, spouse, whatever, doctor's appointments. It's our lifeline, and without it, we have a struggle to do it. And so this is going to help women be able to do all the things that we get to do every day. Yep. So thank you. I appreciate you guys, and I was under my 30 seconds.
Next up is Walking in My Shoes, Joe Wynn.
It is on behalf of Walking in My Shoes that I thank each and every one of you it means so much to me because we're all volunteer program. I am contracted with the Kenosha County Sheriff's Department to go into the detention center and work with homeless young women and teenagers. And sometimes when they are incarcerated, they may be arrested in pajamas and slippers. Funds like this can help us buy them nice sports bras, a backpack, leggings, and a nice top to walk out of there with dignity. It also helps us to provide transportation for them to go to the job center. The Shalom Center has been a big part of helping them have a place to stay. But it means so much to me because we look at each other and the first thing we need to think about is, what if this was us? And I thank God that we are all here to answer that. We're here for them. So thank you.
Next up is the Western Kenosha County Special Olympics, who came in like a wrecking ball. It is Karen Best.
Hi, my name is Karen Best. I'm the treasurer, and this is Marcia Nola. She's our agency manager. We have a Special Olympics service out Western Kenosha County. As you know, Special Olympics is 8 years old and up with anybody with physical or cognitive disabilities. We offer a multitude of different sports. And there's been a very huge interest in cornhole events. So we've had quite a few athletes. So this money is going to go towards shirts specifically for cornhole and for some new boards. As you know, sports can really bring athletes and families together. And it gives them a sense of purpose, pride, and part of a community. So thank you very much for your donation. We appreciate it.
Next up is the Kenosha Senior Community Center. Sandy Jacoby, and I know there's another part of your name that I'm not even going to bother with.
Just very quickly, we want to say thank you to KWN. Once again, this particular group of mindful women have consistently supported the Kenosha Senior Community Center, and in particular our Healing Garden, which is about 1 acre in size. What's remarkable is that in this year alone, to date, and we still have several months to go with this garden, we've already tallied 2,530 hours of volunteer work in that garden. This would be led by our Gardening for Health group of about 12, and that is after a summer during which we hosted and mentored 60 teenagers in that garden. So we're multi-generational and intergenerational in how we approach volunteerism, for that to learn that with our seniors. The KWN Mini Grant encourages our seniors to mentor these youth, and then also to provide community outreach in our west of the eye kind of environment with the fresh, chemical-free vegetables. And that might be news for some of you folks, but we want you to hear it loud and clear. Please stop by the market on Highway C. Just come on out past the interstate and come visit us as well. Learn about our 16 activities per week and the many, many opportunities for volunteerism. And I know many of you here today, even whether it was Kenosha Unified, where I was a teacher there, or at the current work that I have, the passion for the Kenosha Senior Community Center, come visit. Yes.
And the final recipient of our mini grants is the Women and Children's Horizons, Yvonne McDonald Hanks.
I just want to thank the Women's Network, the Kenosha Women's Network, which I soon to be hopefully a member, for this funding because, as most of you know, we've struggled at my agency, but we have been around for a long time as Kenosha County's only domestic violence and sexual assault agency. So it's important that we continue to grow and that we serve the victims in our community. I don't know if all of you know, but about 30 seconds after I got here, I had to close our shelter, which was extremely unfortunate. We had staffing, lack of staffing, and as you know, we have to staff it 24 hours a day. We have been working very diligently. My partner over here, Kate, she's actually a fundraiser, but she has been helping to train all of our new staff that we've hired. We have been, while we've had this break, we've been working on cleaning up the shelter, getting everything organized, and this money is going to go to the littlest victims of domestic violence, and that is our children that we serve. We do have a playroom, and this is going to help us really create an environment, as we're trying to do with the victims while we have this time, where they come into a welcoming and beautiful space so that they can work on healing and getting back to being independent. So I really appreciate this. Thank you so much for the support.
Thank you all so much. There is dessert over there. If you haven't gotten dessert yet, but give yourselves another round of applause.